So we've had some rain the past couple of days, and these guys have really soaked it up, and they're looking pretty good. If you've recently just watched Arid Zion's video, if not, check him out. But if you have, you would have seen some of this collection. And I personally think a lot of it wasn't looking that good because of the conditions we were in. But just recently had a lot of rain. They've just been fertilized, and they are looking awesome at the moment. Super blue, super crisp, especially the Quechua. Check out Arid Zion's video, look at the Quechua, and then check it out now without the bloody blur out of focus. And so yeah, I'm really excited. They've definitely been growing. I can see that they've got a bit of growth coming on. That green, that's new growth. So I'm really excited that they're pushing so hard at this time of year. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little walk around and look at things and see how they're going. Yeah. And as I go through, I might mention some of the stuff that's for sale, like this guy. This guy is for sale. I'd probably, and that's in a big pot too, maybe about $80. I think that's a bargain. Beautiful blue, stunning. I'm really liking this guy lately. Let's get a little zoom up on him. Peruvian, came from the same seed batch as this one and this one. This guy with its pups, oh, lovely. The coloration, the lines, a splash of water on them. This guy gets quite blocky. You can see it's quite square there. And the lines and the farina. Loving it. And then the top there, it's gained another 2 ribs or something. But it's still looking quite nice. Oh yeah, get that dark background on it. Still, a lot of them are still quite yellow from the winter sun, but they're coming back a bit. They're looking a lot more blue now. Ooh, got the big fat Scot there. Nothing special about him except for the fact that he is fat. Just absolute monster. Especially with all this rain and settling in. Oh my god. He's super firm, super plumped up. And if you saw my Instagram picture, you would have seen this crack that has gotten a lot bigger. And if you're wondering, it's not bad at all. I've had this happen plenty of times with the bigger plants. It's totally normal. It is just stretching because of the amount of water on the inside. In fact, I would go as far as to say that this is good because where its support is getting thicker and stronger so that it can support all of this weight, because this is huge and this is very small compared to the rest of it. So I would say that's good that it's splitting to get this bigger. I don't think, no, there's no splits on the other sides. And as you can see here, the boltwood had split massively. Like that is a big split there, down there. Another small one there. Yeah. No pups yet. It's looking pretty miserable with no head there, but I'm sure he'll come back. All these guys, really excited about them. They were in the shade recently, and then I've put them in this position on pallets because they get the best lighting here. And so at the moment, to me, that's looking pretty ordinary. A lot of them, nothing special about them. They're not really showing those mature characteristics like some of these guys get in the full sun. And the thickness, you know, you can see how skinny they are. They need full sun to get a really nice thick look, but also plenty of water. Loving that guy there. The zoom in's not that great, but we'll come around over there in a bit. This thing, I'm expecting this to double the size again. So that's about a year that it's been in that position, maybe less, since it's been grafted, sorry. So I'm expecting double the growth. I don't know if it's going to be able to hold the weight. So far, it's pretty stable. So I will try and push it as much as I can. What I'll probably do is, if it does get to the point where it's leaning, like it is, it's pretty straight as well, so I'm not really worried. But yeah, if it does lean or snap, I will probably cut it about there, root that, and then stick that in soil, and I'll keep it grafted for that, because I don't really want to cut that and root that, because it's just, it doesn't seem to sit nicely in soil, and I think that'll be a bit better. I've been doing lots of cuts for people. So if you're interested in cuttings, you have to be within Australia for me to send it to you. But I'll do plenty of cuttings. I won't really cut this because it's only got the one stem, but if something's got a few pups on it like this, I'm happy to cut that and sell that for you. $20 around about. I'll also do bundle deals. If you want a bunch, I can narrow it down. I just recently did 22 cuts for one person and posted them in some boxes for him, and there were some absolute stunners. This guy, I can't get enough of this guy. There's at least two pictures on my Instagram, and one is end of summer and then one is just recently. And you can see one is not necessarily deflated. It looks amazing. But then the second picture is super plumped up like this. Looks a lot thicker, rounder, and just, ready for growth. And so the older picture is pinned on my Instagram page, and the new picture is just below that somewhere. But you'll be able to see they're very similar, but you can see the difference in seasons. But yeah, this one is a lot thicker. And this guy, I'm liking his notchiness. He's getting a bit thicker too, a bit more blue. Would be cool if he gets some bigger spines going there. Yeah. Here's the CSD that is grafted. Okay, so roots were growing out there, and I thought that's a bit of a waste of roots. So I built this contraption of wire tied to around, and I'm hoping that the roots will grow into this so it can feed itself through roots and the soil, and it's getting feed from those roots because it's grafted. So yeah, seeing what'll happen. I'm hoping that it doesn't rot this or rot the join, but we'll see. It's always fun doing experiments. Got my little grafting tree here. One there, another back there. He doesn't get much light, so I might need to turn this guy around a little bit more because there's not really any grafts over there and that guy. So I might rotate him about there. That should be good. And then he still gets some afternoon light at the back. I am also happy to sell this one or this guy. Probably 60 and 80. Oops. This is my latest invention, whatever you want to call it. I got my little bread trays, and then I picked up this glass the other day. Pool fencing glass. It's pretty thick. And so then I can have these out here. They don't get as much light as if I didn't have these. And it stops heavy rain and them getting too wet. Also keeps them a bit warmer. But I mean, you know, that's open. And they definitely, when it was raining, they definitely still got pretty wet. So I'm going to try and build something a bit better with some wood, some timber. Not too sure exactly what I'm going to do. But this is, at the moment, it's working not too bad. And so this is the first time these guys are out in the open. And they are going pretty well. You can see they're, stressed. But it's a good kind of stress. And, you know, you don't want to push it too far, but they should come good when it starts to get a bit warmer. Yeah, it doesn't reach there, unfortunately. But I'll build something in the future. This little guy's looking nice, little graft. Interesting to see how much thicker he gets, how big he gets, and how much bigger those spines get, because those are looking nice. Pretty uniform too, so that'll be good. Got my little mutated scop graft here. I think it's a Trojan llama cross Zero Entity, which is Zero Entity is a scopulocola clone. Real freaky. Then we can get a close-up of these guys. This guy's looking quite clean looking. I don't know, he's nice. That's a SAS open pollination. South Australian short spine Trichocereus. This guy, I'm really excited for this guy. He is very special to me because the way he's growing, I think you can do a lot with the genetics. So if I can get him to flower, the possibilities are endless. Like, that indentation is just insane. And when it's in full sun, it gets this kind of like Judith, this yellowing. And so before, this side was the sun side, and because it was over there, and I moved it over to here, and that side was the shade side. But you can see, and this was all yellowy. That's gone away a lot. I think the other side looks pretty similar. Yeah, see, this side has a touch of yellow, but not much. But I'm really excited for him. Here's something interesting. So this guy is HBO4 cross T. cuscoensis. HBO4 is from Herbalistics, and they've crossed it with a cuscoensis. And so it's not very big. It looks super ordinary, but this is another HBO4 cross T. cuscoensis. So this is not the exact same plant, but it is a seedling come from the same batch. So a brother or sister. And so that is what it looks like with mature growth. And so I'm thinking, why does that look like that? But I am very excited for when that gets to mature growth. And so this was in the shade as well, so that might be why it looks like it does. But it'll be very interesting to see what that's going to turn into. Got all these guys here. The Quechua from a distance. That is blurry as. Whoops. And so I suppose we'll check out the giants. Not much has been happening. I'm really just waiting to move some more stuff to the farm and waiting for summer to hit, or bloody even spring really. It's taken a while, but I'm hoping this guy gets some flowers soon. I'm hoping he grows a lot taller. That's a SAS cross scop, I think. Oh no, it's a validus cross scop. It looks super blue, and I mean, it's kind of partially the camera, but it is really blue in real life as well. I'll go on the other side to show you it in a minute. Got this guy growing up. Excited for him. I'm more so excited for the genetics of this guy. So like before, I was showing you that Brigesio that had heaps of spines and was very indentated, or indented, whatever you want to call it. And so I thought is, well, what if I cross this with that one, and it's going to have crazy indentations, and the spines are going to be wild. But this guy is, it's like he's pretty big, but he's just not getting this. This stuff here is pretty mature. That's what it usually looks like. And I'm sure it'll get a bit thicker. But this stuff down here is looking pretty normal, really. And also have this guy that I'd like to cross with that one I was talking about before. It has those indentations, or it's more so notchy. Get a 0.5 going here so you can see the scale. Got some, this is No Thinks, the clone. I'm happy to cut a bunch of those pups if you want. It's gotten very tall. Big crest boy in the ground. He's got some problems, but it never seems to get terribly worse, so I don't really worry about it much. Yeah, so this guy's got these little funky little knobs growing on him, and that one was the size of that, and that's gotten to about that size now, like a full-grown pup. And I fully expect that to start growing out, and possibly these guys. And the reason why I grafted this is because it had these on there, and I was sort of hoping that it would continue doing that all the way up, but it's gotten pretty normal. So got our Trichocereus. It'd be good when he's looking pretty dormant, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think he's grown much at all. This fatty's going hard. Oh my god, it won't. There we go. Oh no, hardly. We're gonna move on. This guy's got something going for it, but I don't know. I think I'd use it to cross with something, and you could get some real nice stuff, but I don't think this is anything special. We got a 4-ribbed, what is it again? Something across Eileen. I always forget. No, I can't remember. Oh, there's that big ass pup, or I suppose it's a column now, an arm. And so you can see it's still pretty blue, and it's got some nice patterns on it. I'd cut that if anyone wants it. That guy. Shark's blue, coming along nicely. Ever since that the big arm fell off. It's got the second arm here, and I'm sure that'll be taking all the nutrients once spring hits, and that'll be growing pretty heavily. Can't see that very well. HBO8, of course, and HBO7. There's the pups. What a coincidence that they're sitting together. They're both from Herbalistics. It's HBO7, HBO8, and they both have pups at the same spot, at the same angle, the same height. Like, I mean, that one's a lot taller, but What a coincidence. I mean, obviously I planted them together, but it's just so weird. Cnuthianus leaning over, getting pushed by this guy, which this is hilarious. I'm holding this guy on with this, but this is all I could find. I got some yarn. It's being held up by yarn, and yeah, I think I want to get rid of it, but I'm only keeping it because of possible flowers. Like it's really tall, like the others. So I was gonna cut it down, but if it gets flowers, well then I'll cross it with something and then I get some seeds. So I think it'd be worthwhile. Like it's an alright looking Bruggesii. Yeah. If it doesn't flower, then it'll be getting the chop. And honestly, I'd probably get rid of it because the main problem is it has all these fungal marks on it. That's actually not too bad. That's scarred up a lot, to be honest. Yeah, but it's really bad. Like all that, it's not slowing down. It's only getting worse. And you can see this is a good example of why I like to try and keep my weeds down as much as I possibly can. And this could be coincidence. I don't know, but this here, I've been having the stake in there, and that's been there for quite a while. But obviously, every time it rains, this is going to be wet, so it's going to increase the humidity, and right where that is, it is super, super bad. And so to me, that's an indication that this specific one likes humidity as well. There's not too much over on this side, but as soon as you look underneath where it's more humid, it is like, look in there, that is just full-blown fungal infestation. So same as there. But what's funny is it doesn't really transfer that badly onto the Cnuthianus. Same as anything else around it. Like I got these guys, they don't really have any marks. That guy's got nothing on him. Those are some growing scars from when how it's in the V shape to when it gets eaten by slugs. I had a heap of slugs eating a bunch of stuff in this area. But yeah, no, I'm probably gonna get rid of that once it's finished flowering. Well, that's a freaky pup. I'm liking this guy over here. Just looking healthy as, just really thick, nice big spines. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I think that's a Numa cross, the PNEUMA. Not sure what it's crossed with. What is it? P4, whatever P4 is, I'm not too sure. And this fat scop cross here, Oh, in that rain and the winter plump up, mate. And then yeah, so like crossing this one with the one I've mentioned before, with the big indentations and the huge spines on it, this and that, you know, what's coming out of that? Some insane stuff, really. Insane stuff. Let's get some nice close-ups here, eh? Whoops, sorry. Alright. We've got our Quambi doing nice. I've cut a few more extra pups for some people. That's going a bit weird, isn't it? All that rain. That's why sometimes if you know you're going to get rain, try and cut at an angle. Or sometimes I'll just cut into that, so whatever lands here will run off anyway. But this one's a bit older and water's pooling on it, but it's solid. What do we got here? Big Plim. Puppin', and it's ready. It is ready to go. This thing fell over recently and I had to cut it. It was quite tall. It was somewhere up here somewhere. But no, real keen for that. I've got seeds of that. I don't know what it's crossed with. It's basically going to be a Big Plim open pollination. I did try and cross it with a Echinopsis flowering plant, and who knows what else. Nothing special, but if it's a flowering, it could come out with something unique, a bit weird. This guy looking nice. Yeah, as I'm getting further and further into this Trichocereus thing, breeding is really where it's at. Like, I'm just seeing things that aren't necessarily special, but I can see that you can breed that into something else and really pull out a specific trait that others don't have. And so something like might look ordinary, like this guy isn't necessarily ordinary, but I really wouldn't keep him. But seeing the way those spines come out, you know, there's a possibility you'd keep it and then cross it with something that's a bit prettier like this. And you're probably going to get something that doesn't vary too much from what this looks like. Maybe it'd really just look like this, but with bigger spines, which I'm not against that, so that'd be decent. Ben cross Shark's Blue, I'm liking it. And then we just have the mess down there. Ooh, you can see that scopulocola has some growth on it. Yeah, you can see that green on top. Yeah, cool. This guy, I'm sure this guy's going to flower again this year. It flowered, it definitely flowered last year, and it might have even flowered the year before. I can't really remember, but and it had heaps of flowers. And I've got seeds, so I've got I've got seedlings from that. I've got seedlings from the Big Plim. I've got seedlings from Scopulocola. and maybe a couple other things. But yeah, really excited, and I'm really hoping I get more flowers this year so I can do some more interesting crosses. Everything that's like real big, none of it's crazy cool, but I'll always take any seeds I get, especially when they're free and my own cactus that I've grown, so that's always cool. And I've just noticed these guys are getting a little bit too much water. This is the special underwater variety that I'm growing. Oh, I better drain that out. But I suppose this is what builds elite genetics. This is what gets you the best of the best that can withstand really bad conditions. So if they can withstand bad conditions, what happens when you give them the best conditions? You know, they absolutely thrive and nothing can kill them. Like those guys, they're green, they're spiky, they're bigger than everything else. My guess is that they are stronger than everything else. There could be coincidences where, I don't know, it's just got better soil conditions there, I don't know, but yeah. So here I've reused some milk bottles and put seedlings in them. Works pretty good. So we got some of that, the really tall mutated ones with the multiple arms on it. That's Jules, what is it? TPC cross Jules Giant, open pollination. So they're doing alright. They're surviving. They're living. We got some Scop open pollination, and then we got another Scop open pollination because I had so many seeds of them. So there's more. Keep the rain out. Oh, and these are also my own seeds. I think this is Gawler Peru, open pollination. Nothing special, but you know, we'll see what we get. Maybe I'll just pick out, you know, the 10 best or something out of them. I'm not sure where they are, but I've also, yeah, got the big plim ones. Big plim is somewhere in here. I'm not sure. Last time I remember, it looked similar to this, the big plims. So they're doing good as well. These guys have been moved into a sunnier position. Going nice. Oh, and for anyone that likes agaves, I've just got to show this thing off. Especially with the rain. Oh, loving it. Got this little pot with some other succulents in it. Calancho. But yeah, he's looking great. And so then I thought I'd better mention down here, I've got a lot of this is for sale. So we've got some bigger Brugesias here with multiple arms. This guy here is in a pretty big pot, leaning over a touch, but he's pretty stunning. And we got some different looking ones. Smaller guys for sale. This skinny blue Brugesii. All of these guys are for sale. Even got some Peruvian crosses grafted up. That's for sale because I've just thought I don't want it, you know. These looking nice. This weird mutated Brugesii, it gets this going, and to me it looks like viral, but it like, I don't know. I might have to chuck it if no one wants it. Okay. And this guy's like, you know, $50 for him, 50 for a lot of them. For like some of these taller ones, maybe $70, $80. Massive bushes of cactus here. Happy to do deals, whatever you want. That guy's nice. It's got some nice spines going on there. So all these are for sale. Some of these are for sale. And even in some of these nicer guys, like I'm happy to sell a few of these. Yeah. Ooh, let's get a finish the video off with this, eh? Bloody hell. Alright, see you later.